You're like the tofu of people. You just take whatever flavor is around you.
Yeah, I'm like tofu.
Hello, Rooney. Welcome to Fandango FrontRunners.
Hello.
I'm very happy to see you here.
Thank you for having me.
Your film, Carol, is so fascinating. Not only does it take place in the 1950s, but it feels like an older classic film. Was that exciting for you to be a part of?
That's one of my favorite things about the film, is that when you watch it, it really does feel like it could have been made in the early 1950s. It doesn't feel like a film that was made, you know, in 2013 about a different era, but it really feels like everything about it could have just been made then. And I think it's really authentic in that way.
Your character, Therese, is so fascinating. You get the sense that she's soaking everything up around her like a sponge. What was it about her that was appealing to you?
Well, it was very different than anything I had done before, and you know, I was excited to sort of show that side of myself. I mean, I can heavily relate to that sponge quality in myself, and then obviously, you know, working with Kate and getting to work with Todd, that would have been reason enough for me to want to do it. And then Phyllis wrote a really beautiful adaptation of this really extraordinary book, and so it was a very easy yes.
Do you consider yourself an observer?
Yeah.
That's the way you like to live your life whenever you can?
You know, I don't like to be in crowds. I really feel like I really kind of soak up everyone else's emotions and moods. I really pick up on that. But yeah, I just related to that part of Therese.
So I want to take a look at a really terrific scene of you and Kate Blanchett in Carol. This scene is early in the film where your character Therese and Kate's character Carol are really kind of alone for the first time and talking for the first time in this restaurant. It just says so much without even saying that much.
Right.
So let's take a look and talk about it.
So what kind of name is Belivet?
It's Czech. It's changed originally.
It's very original.
Well,
And your first name?
Therese.
Therese, not Teresa.
No.
Therese Belivet. That's lovely.
And yours?
Carol.
Carol.
There's so much going on in your eyes. You're darting, you're looking intently, you're looking longingly. When you and Todd Haynes, the director, were figuring this scene out and talking about it, what was important to you to get across with your facial expressions here?
This was one of my favorite scenes to shoot, and it was one of the first times that me and Kate actually got to do a scene together that had any real sort of meat on it or substance. And there's so much subtext going on in this scene, and you know, we had spent so much time shooting separately or shooting just little tiny things, so to be able to finally, you know, play tennis, so to speak, with one another was so exciting, and especially because it's Kate. It was just exhilarating the entire day, and we would do these long takes, and it was really one of my favorite scenes to shoot ever.
And the pauses between the two of you answering each other's questions and asking questions are just so fascinating. It really is like a sports game. All right, let's keep watching.
So I'm sure you thought it was a man who sent you back your gloves.
I did. Thought it might have been a man in the ski department.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm delighted. I doubt very much I would have gone to lunch with him.
I mean, the flirtation is just outrageous. Do you have real life experiences you can draw from? Have you ever been this smitten with somebody?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know that I've ever... I mean, I haven't been in a situation similar to that, but I'm sure. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons that the film resonates with a lot of people, is that Todd really captured the experience of falling in love and what that feels like, and, you know, the obsession that you go through, and so definitely.
You know, in many ways, these characters are taking a big risk in this time to run away together, to be in a relationship. If in some ways being an actor is a risk for you, is there someone in your life that really helped you take that leap? Someone who encouraged you to follow this dream?
You know, I mean, my sister is an actress, and she started acting professionally when she was 12 years old. And so she's definitely been an encouragement over the years. But I mean, I really think I've kind of always been like a very independent, sort of lone wolf type person. And I've always been kind of secretive, even with, you know, family members and people close to me. And so I kind of like jumped into it. It's not like I was really vocal, like, okay, I want to do this now. And so I don't know that I really allowed for people to help me. But certainly once I'd made the decision that I wanted to do it, my sister was very supportive and helpful.
So does the inspiration come from within?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just sort of inspired by storytelling and also the world. You know, the reason I didn't want to start acting when I was younger is because I just knew that I wasn't ready to do that. I knew I wasn't really strong enough to handle sort of, you know, it's tough to do. It's tough to be an actor at any age, but especially when you're young. I mean, adolescence is hard enough without like being in sort of an adult world and constant rejection and all that. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to handle it. And also I wanted to sort of experience life first. For me, if I work too much, I have to then take a big chunk of time off to sort of fill myself back up with life experience. And yeah, if I'm not able to do that, then I just don't really feel inspired to act.
And how would you say this whole experience has changed you? How are you a different person after making Carol?
I feel like every job that I take, I change in some way and learn something new. And hopefully that continues to happen for the rest of my career.
Well, it's a gorgeous film, so thank you for taking the time to share your experience about it. I appreciate it. Carol is in theaters, so be sure to see it. Buy your tickets on Fandango. Thanks so much to the TCL Chinese Theater IMAX for having us today. And thank you for watching Fandango FrontRunners.